Hello, I'm Ana de Villa-Singson of PPCRV. Ang PPCRV ay ang Parish Pastoral Council for Responsible Voting. 32 years na ho kami. Nandun kami sa bawat eleksyon. Kami ang nagbabantay bilang poll watcher at kami rin ho ang nagagawa ng unofficial parallel count. Ang hindi alam ng maraming tao ay may voters education program rin ho, ang PPCRV. Ang aming program ngayon ay isang values formation program na tinatawag na Tibok Pinoy. Ano ba ho ang Tibok Pinoy? Ang Tibok Pinoy ho ay may adhikain na makabuo at makahubog ng mga huwarang or model citizens na Filipino. Ano ba ang model Filipino citizen? Ano ba ang kanyang dapat na taglay na katangian at characteristics? Gumawa ho kami ng isang nationwide survey at lumabas doon, according to our respondents, na ang isang modelong Pilipino ay dapat maging makadiyos, makabayan, matapat, magalang, matulungin, masipag. Sila na ho ang nagsabi noon. And dahil doon ay gumagawa ho kami ng mga podcasts at textbooks para sa bawat isang katangian na ito. Today, ang pag-uukulan nating pansin ay ang pagiging matulungin. Welcome to the Tibok Pinoy segment on Matulungin. And our guest is none other than Mardy Mapa Suplido. Siya ho ang head ng Habitat for Humanity. Pero maliban ho doon, ang dami pa ho niyang naging avenues for service in her life. Let's know more about it after this. We'll see you soon.
Sa pagpili ng liderato, laging tatandaan, dapat nasa kanya lahat ng katangian na maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas, na maka-Pilipinas. Iboto ang maka-Pilipinas, na maka-Pilipinas. Yeah, malinaw ang pananaw sa makabagong bukas, makatwiran at patas pakisama, at higit sa lahat maka-Diyos siya dapat. Sa pagpili ng liderato, laging tatandaan, dapat nasa kanya lahat ng katangian na maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas. Iboto ang maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas.
And we're back. And here with me today para pag-usapan ang pagiging matulungin ay ang aking kaibigan. Long-time friend ho ko ito. Classmates ho kami sa Assumption since grade school ba, Mardy, or high school? Since grade school. Siya ngayon ho ang CEO, ang Chief Executive Officer ng Habitat for Humanities. Alam naman ho kung ilan ang natutulungan ng Habitat sa pamamagitan ng pagtataas at pagbibuild ng mga homes for the homeless. But even before that, after graduation pa lang ho, si Mardy, life of service na ho yan eh. Like, di ba Mardy, after graduation, pumasok ako ng marketing sa Unilever. Lahat kami sa corporate world, ang pinag-iisipan namin, how to make economics of money. Si Mardy ho, ang chosen path niya, naiiba, social service. Siya lang yata sa class namin ang kumuha ng ibang path na social service. Mardy, make us kwento. After we graduated, ano ba ang ginawa mo na social service na tumulong talaga sa napakaraming mga tao? Ang dami eh. What did you do? What did you do after graduation?
So, nung college pa lang, ang kinuha ko na course is community development.
Okay.
Ano talaga, no? From the very start, dahil sa experience natin nung high school, nung nag-immersion tayo,
Ikaw nag-immersion, ako hindi.
Yes.
Okay? Oh.
Yeah. It really changed my life and I really wanted to choose a course na makatulong sa tao. So, pumili ako ng course sa UP na Community Development. And then doon sa course na yon may mga 2 years in the area. So, since...
What do you mean 2 years in the area?
May naka-immerse kami, organizing. So,
Saan ka naka-immerse? Saan ka linagay?
Sa Taguig.
Taguig, okay.
Sa Lower Bicutan, pag-organize ng urban board doon.
Okay.
Na So,
by that time, you were only... Wala ka pang
19,
20.
yes,
19 pa lang,
20.
naka-immerse ka na sa Taguig with the urban poor.
Yeah.
Okay, what a life of service at a young age, ha? Okay.
Started young. Yeah. And then ever since, I've just been managing all kinds of NGOs. From NGOs yung mga sa education, scholarships, yung sa youth organizing, yan yung exciting youth organizing, youth training for peace, for the environment. Nakapunta rin ako sa mga livelihood training kasi as we know, di ba, most of one of the biggest needs is really economic. So yung mga training of women in Negros na mag-weave sa bundok, no?
Doon
Also
ka ba
went
naging
into
congresswoman?
governance.
Di ba naging congresswoman ka?
Provincial board member.
Provincial
Yeah.
board
Oo,
member sa
oo.
Negros.
Yeah, because we also, it was also the thinking na you can't just be an NGO your whole life. You know, dapat talaga kasi yung government ang nagsiservisyo sa tao, di ba? Hindi yung NGO. So, sa pag-isip ko, dapat talaga, parang naniniwala ko na dapat rin pumasok tayo sa government, and that's what I did. I went into the National Youth Commission. So ako yung head noon. And
Ano
then,
ginawa mo bilang
ganon.
head ng National Youth Commission, Margie? Ang dami mo natulungan na bata doon, na nakabataan doon. What did you do as head of National Youth Commission?
So, ang goal talaga noon is supposedly policies, but naniniwala kami na it's really the empowerment of young people, di ba? Na based on the books ni Rizal, di ba? That it's really the role of youth is to be part of the development of the country. So, madami sa mga events and trainings namin is capacitating ng young people to do legislation, to get involved in politics. So kami yung naggumawa ng batas ng Sangguniang Kabataan.
Ikaw ba yun? Yung SK?
Yes. Kasi
Kaya ba
we
tayo
really
nagkaka-election na palagi
Postpone,
napopostpone?
diba?
So that was under you,
Yes,
kaya
'cause-
nagka-SK law.
And we were
Okay.
the only one or the first in the whole world who made
have an
sure
SK.
that the youth have a voice in governance, di ba?
Ang
Yung
galing
sa
nun.
decision making.
Yeah.
So really empowering the youth to become part of development.
So
in
that
our
they become the
country.
future leaders, di ba? Ang ganda ng
Yes,
pag-iisip
yes,
noon.
oo,
Ikaw pala yun, Mardy. Wow, impressed na ako sa iyo ngayon. Noon, mas impressed pa ako ngayon sa iyo ngayon. Wow. Okay, ang hindi ko nakwento ni Mardy, actually, she was part of the peace panel ka sa Negros, di ba?
Yes.
Nako, ang daming dinaanan ni Mardy dyan. Ikwento mo nga ang mga nangyari sa iyo
Oo.
dyan.
So,
first of all, ikaw ang nag-broker ng peace between whom?
Yeah, so one of my government stints in Gano was as part of the OPAP, Office of the Presidential Advisor for Peace Process. At dahil taga-Negros ako yung pinili na maging head ng Peace Panel Secretariat that works with or that talks with RPA-ABB.
Ano
So,
ang RPA-ABB?
So it's a breakaway of the CPP-NPA.
Oh, breakaway group,
Oo.
mga communists.
Yes,
Okay.
oo.
Hindi ka ba natakot, Mards?
Well, initially the thought, right? But since madami sa mga leaders pala ng RPA-ABB, parang na-meet ko rin sa mga NGO, sa mga CSO, sa mga community work.
Comfortable
so,
naman.
I was comfortable. And dahil fellow Negrenses naman yung mga leaders noon,
Okay.
I knew it was something that, I could manage. Yeah.
Pero may nakakatakot na nangyari sa'yo, di ba? Ay nako, ito, nung kinakwento niya sa akin, ako nakakilabot, ako na-stress para kay Mardy. So, isang beses yata, anong nangyari doon sa mountains?
Yeah, may
Oo.
risks talaga kasi lahat ng work no pagtutulong sa tao.
May risks rin na personal, di ba?
Yes,
Oo.
oo. So one of the efforts actually was to work with women weavers up in the mountains. And I knew this was an RPA-ABB area. At since kilala ko yung head ng RPA-ABB, si Karapali at that time, sinabihan ko na siya. No? I said, I'm going up. This is in one of the mountains of Cadiz. I said, I'm going to go up to your area. So I said, pakisabi naman sa mga leaders mo. No, that ganyan. Pag akyat ko, we were already dealing with the women. We were, talking to them. Suddenly,
Pag akyat mo, you mean umakyat ka sa
umakyat
mountains?
na sa mountains, yes. So, suddenly, in that morning, siguro may mga 8 to 10 armed members of the RPA-ABB. So they're, as we said, they're an armed group. And they were threatening all of us na nga na, dapat
Nandun ka sa
buwagin na
mountains,
yung
tinethreaten ka?
Oo.
Ano, at gunpoint ka ba?
Buwagin
May
yun,
rifle ba?
Yes, gunpoint.
Oh my gosh, Mardy!
Feeling nila, parang syempre ayaw nila na they don't want outsiders to be talking, organizing
Wait,
the
hindi ka ba
people.
nila kilala? Di ba you're in the peace panel?
Yeah, so that was the interesting and funny part here, no? So we were talking with the women, and then gunpoint, they said, no, you come with us, and
So, tinutukan ka ng baril at
and they wanted
kinukuha
to
ka
take
na.
me and my companion. And
Oh.
I said, hindi, nagpaalam na ako kay Karapali.
Sino si Karapali?
Yan yung head ng RPABB.
Yung head ng RPABB.
Eh, hindi
You're in
pala
first
nila,
name terms with the head of the RPABB.
So,
Okay.
hindi pala nila nakuha yung message. Kasi at that time, yun, start pa lang ng mga cellphone, mga ganyan.
Nawala yung
so, walang
memo.
signal doon.
So, hindi alam na
hindi
legitimate
alam.
ka
sabi
pala.
Ko, teka, tawagin ko siya so that alam nyo na na I'm a legitimacy coming in here. So I tried to call, walang signal. So I
Oh
said,
my goodness.
I went up a
So,
little
babarilin ka
the
na.
mountain. Hindi
Oh my
naman
goodness.
kill na, but they wanted to take me to their headquarters.
Dadalhin ka na.
So I said, wait lang. I went up the mountain and I was able to call. I said, oh, hindi mo ba natawagan sila? Then I said, okay na. Then when I brought the cell phone down to the leader, wala na naman
signal. Oh
So,
my goodness.
I had to go
Nako,
up like 3
problema ng
times.
signal.
Yeah, 3 times. Finally, I said, sige na, I told one of the local leaders, I said, samahan mo ko dun sa medyo bundok para makausap mo. So, it's a
maraming
scary,
personal
but,
risks ang pagiging. Kasi sumalang ka lang naman doon para makatulong, di ba?
Yes,
To
oo.
help peace, para may kapayapaan. Ikaw yung peace
Yes.
panel
And
negotiator.
to help the livelihood ng mga tao doon.
Oo.
That's actually the purpose really of the peace talks. It's also to be able to provide services for the people in their communities.
So magkaka-peace kung meron silang
development
projects so that they have some
services.
economics. So may
Yes.
livelihood, no?
Oo. And
so
we
peace through
wanted
livelihood.
to do what we call non-timber forest products. So we wanted the women there to be able to weave placemats using the kogon that they
I've
find
seen
in the
some of
mountain.
those. Tuwing nasa Bacolod ako, ang una kong pinupuntahan is, di ba, they have a cultural center area
Yung
there?
Negro showroom.
Yeah, the showroom. Doon
Oo.
ako palaging pumupunta kasi ang gaganda. I think maybe those are your products,
Yes, some
part of
of
your
the
livelihood.
products, yeah.
So, Mardy, may personal risk. Tinutukan ka na ng hindi lang barel ha, pero rifle. At saka doon pa sa katataasan ng mountain na wala ka talagang mapupuntahan para tulungan ka.
Yeah.
Why take this risk para lang makatulong?
And noon, wala pang mga screenshot na pwede mo ipakita. No? Why take the risk?
Bakit mo gagawin yan kung ang daming personalist sa'yo para lang tumulong sa iba?
Oo. For 3 reasons. Siguro it's, and I can say it's rooted in these 3 reasons. Yung first reason talaga na I went into this work of service and development, nung high school, nakita ko talaga yung inequality or inequity, ang layo.
Yung hindi pantay-pantay.
Yes,
Sobra
ng
ang diferensya ng mahirap at mayaman.
Oo.
No? Oo.
Like, nung nag-immersion nga kami, tumira kami sa mga bahay ng mga farmers sa Negros, and then one was sa Bukidnon, nakita ko talaga na yung size ng bahay niya, pareho lang sa size ng CR namin sa bahay. Diba? Sa Makati, yung mga ganyan na inequalities. Yung para sa atin na 1 meal now to eat out was already the same amount for their meals for the whole month. Diba?
Yung ginagastos natin sa isang meal, parang buwan-buwan na yun.
Hindi
So,
lang
sobrang
yung,
malayo.
Ang layo talaga. So, parang it really struck me that we really need to make change in the country.
So, kailangan mong tumulong talaga.
The second was the kailangan tumulong, not just because of the situation I saw, but it was yung teaching namin, yung sa faith na that Bible phrase na where Jesus says, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Okay.
So that was the second reason. It really came from there na I realized na I was so blessed. Before that, feeling ko, I'm not as wealthy as my other classmates, may mga needs rin. Then I saw how blessed I was from, just looking at that difference. So it was really my faith that pushed me.
So yun pangalawang pagninilay mo ay tungkol sa yung pagiging makadiyos. Na kung sinabi na kung kanino maraming, kung ikaw ay pinagpala, kailangan mong tulungan ng iba. You have to share, no? Kailangan mo i-share ang mga blessings mo. And that's what you wanted to do.
Yes, and a lot of talks rin about being women of faith, women of action.
Assumption learning ho yan. Pareho kaming assumption. Ang slogan ho ng assumption ay, ikaw ay woman of faith and woman of action. So,
yes, that the best way really
ito
to
na nga
put
ho, si Mardy, woman of faith and action.
to put your faith, to live your faith is not just, praying on your own, but really living that faith and putting it into action, walking the talk, really helping people and not just speaking about it or praying about it. So yan yung second reason. Yung third, ko talaga is yung I was able to see when I was a youth leader that we can make so much difference no matter how small, no matter how young you are, and whether you have funds to share or not, we can make a difference. For me, that
Alam mo,
was it.
sobrang importante yan, Mardy, kasi ang ating audience dito, mga high school students. Gusto kong bigyan diin yan kasi ang sabi ni Mardy, bagaman tayo ay kahit bata, kahit sinino, katayong kabataan, ay maaaring maging agent of change.
Yes,
No?
oo.
Let's focus on that
On
a little
that,
bit. Paano
yes.
kaya, high school student ako, paano ako tutulong? High school student lang ako, nag-aaral pa ako, wala pa naman akong kayamanan mai-share. Anong mai-share ko? Anong maitutulong ko?
Yeah, a lot, di ba? Yung mga young people, a lot. And each of us, not just the young, but even if you're not just old, but if you're very old or you think you're just, some would say, just a housewife, I'm not a businessman, I'm not the CEO, but so much can be done. And I learned that, as I mentioned, no, yung nasa youth pa kami, nakita ko na ang daming venues. Like yung isa, yung sa Amnesty International, involved ako doon. We saw the impact of writing letters. No? Yung, kung isa ka lang magko-complain, let's say about a political prisoner who was in jail, siguro walang difference. No? Kung 10 letters, kung 50 letters, pero pag 200 letters na, 2,000 letters na, 2 million letters na, grabe na you can really free
So
people.
you can say,
That's
there is,
one
yan
thing,
yung parang
right?
activism through youth activism, no? In this case, nagsulat kayo ng letters para ma-release ang mga yung mga unfair na linagay sa preso.
Yes,
Sinasabi
oo.
ni Mardy, ang isang sulat, hindi papansinin. Ang 10 sulat, hindi papansinin. Pero kung lahat tayo, kahit kabataan man ay nagsulat, 1,000 or 100 letters, papansinin yon. So,
Yeah.
there is strength in numbers. Huwag niyong iisipin na, porket bata lang kayo, wala kayong magagawa. Ang
Yeah.
sinasabi ni Mardy, ang daming magagawa, kahit kabataan pa lang, kahit high
And
school.
many things, yes. So
Oo.
that's one. No? Another one is being very creative. We were campaigning at the time for juvenile justice na wala sana below 18 na bata ma-jail,
Na ilalagay
diba?
sa preso,
So we kept
no?
thinking, no, how can we lobby for that? So naisip namin is something very creative and symbolic. We got the dolls that we had at home, Barbie dolls, baby dolls, and then we tied what you call
Sinuot
this,
nyo yung Barbie
ropes.
dolls?
No, we tied ropes around their necks. Yung parang hinahang
Parang
sila.
nagpapabitin kayo, may
Oo.
rope kayo,
And
may
then
bilibid dito, tapos?
we hang them around in malls, in the streets, on trees, in villages. Parang syempre,
okay.
kadiri, di ba? Kakashocking.
Let
but
me, tignan
small
ko,
things
tama,
like that.
tama ba yung pagkaintindi ko? Yung mga dolls ninyo, yung mga Barbie dolls, parang binitay ninyo.
Binitay, yes,
Tapos
oo.
hinang nyo sa mga malls at saka sa daan at kung saan. Parang sinasabi natin, yung mga baby na ito, linalagay ninyo sa preso.
Something
that
like
was
that,
very
right?
creative,
So
yes.
being creative.
Okay.
So one
Did
is
it
the-
work?
Of course. Of
Na,
course.
may,
We were
may
able to
epekto ba
stop.
yun?
Yes.
So anong naging batas after that?
Yung no, that you cannot jail
A minor?
yes, a minor.
Under 18?
Yeah, under 18. So that's still a law up to now.
Talaga? So
Yeah.
sa inyo nag-start yun sa
Oo,
Barbie
the
dolls?
campaign, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
tignan
yeah.
nyo, tignan nyo.
Mga things
Simpleng
like that.
campaign, Barbie doll, bilibid. Oh, napalitan nila yung batas. So,
Oo.
talaga
So,
makakatulong at
yung
makakatulong,
numbers,
no?
being creative ngayon, di ba, yung mga TikTok, mga ganyan. So that's another way, right?
How?
A
How can they
third
help in
one,
TikTok? Tell me.
Diba, through videos
Marami
and
dyan nagtitiktok.
campaigns. Yeah,
Ayun,
yeah.
kung maraming likes, you can...
Oo.
So, isipin nyo yung mga campaign nyo, wag lang tungkol sa mga sayaw-sayaw, di ba? Di ba? Gawin yung tungkol sa mensahe about the environment or mensahe about peace, di ba?
Oo.
At kung marami magka-like, may
Yun.
epekto yun.
And then
Oh.
another way, di ba? So sabi ko na yung no? So in numbers, tapos yung creativity, and then your own small way, no? Kahit siguro ang hirap mag-donate ng isang bahay, but we can all be part, for example, of building a home. And that was an experience I also had when I think I was in college, which really inspired me, when we were doing this Habitat for Humanity build, na yung mga tao...
Hindi ka pa presidente, hindi ka pa CEO ng hindi pa siya
ng
CEO ng Habitat.
Oo, noon
Nung
pa.
high school, nag-build ka ng home.
Yes,
Kasi
yes.
ang Habitat
Help.
di ba,
It
they
really-
ask for volunteers.
Yes.
Hindi naman lahat nagbibigay ng pera, pero yung
Oo.
iba, nagbibigay ng panahon.
ng panahon. So,
Yeah,
as
so
simple
pwedeng mag-build.
as simple as
Nagpapala ka.
pala or carrying the hollow
Or nagpipinta.
blocks. mixing the cement, and then of course the most fun or the easiest
Ayan
is
ang gusto ko,
yung
kung mag-volunteer ako,
yung
magpipinta
pagpipinta
ako.
ng mga bahay and so on. No? And kahit yung mga bahay na built already, di ba? Syempre yung mga families, wala silang pera rin para magpa-repaint like the way maybe we do with our own homes. So, as simple as getting friends to go there and just volunteer to repaint the homes, the schools, the classrooms. Ang laki ng impact nun. So, yan yung nakita
So
ko.
I think ang gandang point ni Mardy, actually daming magandang points, Mardy, na kahit high school pa lang tayo, kahit bata tayo,
Pwede tayo tumulong.
magsulat ka ng letter, no? 'Di ba? Express your thoughts. Make them heard. It can make a difference kung mag-unite tayo at magtulungan. And not only that, she's saying you have to be creative. Imagine that Barbie doll na binitay nila, linagay nila sa malls, napalitan ng batas dahil doon. How effective is that? And what I am hearing now is volunteerism, na isang way para tumulong talaga kahit kabataan pa lang tayo ay ang pagvo-volunteer. Like si Mardy, nung bata siya, nagvo-volunteer siya sa
So ngayon,
sa
hanggang ngayon,
Habitat.
oo.
Ngayon, hindi na siya volunteer. CEO na siya ng Habitat. Ang Habitat for Humanity, ang nagbi-build ng mga homes for the homeless. Ilan homes ang na-build nyo na sa Pilipinas?
Well, over 20,000
More than
now.
tignan mo, ang daming
yes,
pamilya.
oo,
20,000 families na natutulungan,
yes,
di ba?
in the past few years. So, including the past, actually 150,000 na, but just
Kung
the
dagdagin mo
past
lahat, past 3 years, past 2 years,
Naman, siguro 5 years yung
past 5 years, 20,000, but in total, Habitat,
150,000
nakapagtayo na ng 150,000. Tignan mo, alam mo, ang home kasi, having a home, talagang, that's transforming a life, di ba? Pag meron ka ng
and that's
bahay.
what we always say. Kasi
Oo.
yung bahay, hindi lang yan parang walls, no, and something nice, but it helps in the improving yung health of the children in the
kalusugan.
family. It improves yung edukasyon, no, yung pag-aaral ng
Kasi
mga
may
bata.
space mag-aral.
May space
Oo,
sila.
may table.
Nakakatulong rin siya sa security ng mga members ng family.
At saka yung peace of
feeling
mind, no?
safe.
Hindi ka natatakot na palagi.
At yung mental health, yes. And I
mental
saw
health.
that may isang beneficiary was sharing na noon daw, nung lumalaki sila, every time umulan, tayo pag umulan, hala, baha, traffic, mga ganyan lang sila. Every time umulan, nananervyos na siya. Tapos hinihintay niya lang yung nanay na magsabi na pag medyo dito pa sa below the knee, wag muna. Pero pag knee level na, yun, hakwat na. So every single time na umulan, parang
Yan
may
ang feeling
stress.
nila. Kailangan
Grabe
natin
yung
mag-evacuate.
talaga.
Nakaka-stress
Oo,
naman yun.
Nakaka-stress talaga. Ibang klase talaga yung parang stress na ganyan.
So it's very good that you're building homes for the homeless. So
yes.
kung sasabihin nyo, paano naman ako magbe-build ng isang buong home? Pwede ho kayong mag-volunteer. Pwede kayong magtulong, magpinta, magsemento, magpala ng semento. Ako nga magbo-volunteer, pero Mardy, gusto ko painting.
Yeah,
Ha?
painting.
Yun lang
And
yatang kaya
yung
ko.
ibang mga ways, like yung mga nag-fundraise rin, nung pandemic, ang ginawa ng Habitat chapter sa De La Salle University, they call themselves Habitat Green. Nag-bake sila ng cookies. At,
Nag-bake
diba,
ng cookies?
madaming
Anong
bake.
ginawa
Yan,
nila sa
and then, of
cookies?
course, they sold it and they were able to
okay,
raise
binenta
funds.
nila,
Oo,
tapos yun ang pang-donation
Yun na
nila.
yung mga
So,
ganyan.
marami ho, di ba, sa States, ang ginagawa ng mga bata, naglalagay ng stand ng lemonade, binibenta, yun ang dinodonate. Or meron silang cookie drive, house to
Yes,
house, di ba?
yes, oo.
So many ways. But, importante ho dito, yun volunteerism. Kasi ang volunteerism ho is a wonderful way to help others, di ba? So, wag ho natin iisipin na bata pa lang ako, musmus ako, anong magagawa ko? Ang dami-dami. Like, dito sa PPCRV, we are, we had at one point 1 million volunteers. At saka ang dami yung volunteer natin, kung nakita nyo sa BSK election, nakakatuwa. Naka-PPCRV t-shirt sila. Sila doon ang nagbabantay sa polls.
oo.
So parang ganoon, that's a form of volunteerism. You help the country, and you help yourself to develop also.
Yes.
Now, Mardy,
can I add to that?
Yes,
No?
please add.
And for me, that's again going back to the third point, that we each can help in our own small way. So kahit ano yung strength mo, kung ikaw ay parang sa finance, magaling ka sa finance, no? So pwede ka tumulong sa pagpunta sa mga communities at pagtuturo sa mga, let's say, small entrepreneurs, yung mga nanay, paano gumawa ng accounting, di ba, para sa business nila. If you're good naman sa music, sa art, mas gusto mo yun, or sa social media, you can go and help the youth in that area, di ba, to train the children, the youth sa mga arts. Actually, your classmate, si Ana,
Yes,
Periquet,
Ana Periquet,
right? Yeah,
oo.
she
Our
also did
classmate,
yung
oo.
she did dance workshop sa mga children
Yes.
sa Quezon City. So, all kinds of ways if you think na, hala, housewife lang ako or, I don't have much money, ang dami pwedeng, you can really do a lot.
Yeah, you can volunteer, you can be very creative. I guess ang punto ho dito, ang pagnanais magtutulong ay maraming avenues for maraming ways to help. 'Di ba? Huwag mong ever isipin na hindi ka makakapagtulong. Now, Mardy,
Oo.
paano ka naging ganyan? Kasi tignan mo sa high school natin, lahat kami went to a course and we eventually graduated. We entered corporations. We wanted a career. Konting-konti lang, I think you're one of the very few na life of service talaga, pumasok sa pagiging NGO, pumasok sa social services. Paano nabuo ang pagiging matulungin sa iyo? How did, in your youth, in your education, your youth, your home, paano ito na-develop sa iyo?
Yeah. Maybe I would say in two ways, no? Yung isa talaga yung sa upbringing, no? Yung both in school and at home, kasi I would always have my mom who would always share with us, di ba, na parang let's be of service. We would attend
Tita
also
Lirio.
the Focolare movement. They speak about on loving Jesus in the other person. So all of that, that formation that we had in school and at home about living your faith through action, that was the
So
first.
talaga nakikita mo na sa bahay mo, sa mami mo?
Yes, and actually, I have to say, that even my two daughters have become, we call them AMA, Associate Missionaries
Yes,
of Assumption.
Missionaries of Assumption.
So, nag-serve rin sila.
Saan
kasi
sila pumunta?
siguro-
Saan sila pinadala?
yung isa sa Antique.
Pina-immersion sa
Oo.
Antique.
Yung second one sa Barrio Obrero. At pumunta rin siya sa UK last year.
So tignan mo, talagang nakukuha natin sa
bahay.
ating mga magulang, no? So bilang magulang, napakalaki ng responsibilidad pala natin sa
Oo,
development of our children. Yung mga anak niya, nakita si Mardy, life of service, life of
Yes,
helping. So pati sila naging ganun,
Naging-
missionaries na.
Yes, yes.
Diba?
And then the second, I guess I would say, is my whole experience of serving, as you mentioned a while ago, na tumulong rin sa akin. I mean, it's fake siguro to say na para to lahat sa iba, no? Because I felt so much joy, so much fulfillment sa pagtulong sa ibang tao. All that fulfillment made me happy. So maybe for others, and for me, it's not up to for me to judge. For others, they felt that joy in being successful in their marketing campaigns. No? So that's good because that contributes to the making this world a better place. Sa akin, nakita ko talaga na yung joy sa pagseservisyo, pagtulong sa ibang tao. Nakita ko na all this work is really helping improve the whole country. And when you improve the country, it still benefits our own families and our and our
So
people.
parang iniisip mo talaga, meron ka rin nakukuha dito. Hindi lang lahat palabas. May bumabalik rin sa'yo because you have joy and fulfillment in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? So, babalik at babalik rin. How beautiful is that, right? And then service. But, alam mo, Mardy, minsan mahirap tumulong eh. Di ba? Tignan mo ikaw, nagka-personal risk ka. At gunpoint, natutukan ka ng rifle while trying to help. Tinuturuan mo lang yung women sa mountains kung paano mag-weave, kung paano mag-hobby. Biglang at gunpoint kukunin ka na, di ba? Minsan mahirap. Ako volunteer ng PPCRV at ay nako, minsan ko ano-ano nasasabi at masakit talaga. Minsan iniisip ko nga, bakit ko ba ito ginagawa? But in the end, you have to do it, no? You have to do it because gusto nating makatulong. Minsan lang, hindi madali. Ikaw, nung natutukan ka ng barel, anong pumasok sa isip mo at that point? Hindi mo ba ever pinagsisi na, ano ba itong ginagawa ako? Bakit ako ba tinutulungan ng mga ito na pati yung buhay ko nakasalalay?
Hindi naman. Ang pumasok sa ko is, sana hindi malaman ng husband ko na nangyayari ito.
Oh my
diba,
goodness.
Na may
Ba't
risk
naman yan ang
oo.
iniisip mo?
Kasi syempre,
Titatago mo kay husband,
oo
kundi
nga,
magagalit siya
baka
sa'yo.
sabihin niya, yan na naman, no? But because I chose this life, syempre, I was brave enough to face it, na parang whatever happens. But yeah.
Di ka ba natakot, Mards?
may konti.
Konti lang.
Oo.
Ang lakas talaga nitong Mardy na to. Alam mo, at a recent high school reunion, meron ho kaming award, pinakamataas na award ng binibigay na Assumption. This is called the Saint Marie Eugenie Award, no? Yan ang dapat yun woman na of talagang tumutulong sa society, okay? Hindi lang about intelligence but help for society. So, nagka-reunion kami 40 years after high school. Nandun kami ni Mardy sa reunion na yun. Nung tinanong namin, sino ba yun ating Saint Marie Eugenie awardee? Lahat ng tao ang sinasabi nila si Mardy because in their minds, si Mardy ang Saint Marie Eugenie. Imagine making you a Santa. Oh my gosh. So, life of service tuloy ho siya. Kasi kami naman nag-corporate life. Pero ang pinapakita niya na you can also choose another life and still be happy.
Of
A life of
course,
helping
yes,
other
yes.
people.
Or you can be
and still be
corporate and
happy.
then donate the funds.
Yes, you can also
Ayun
do
rin,
that.
di ba?
Okay rin
Pwede
yan.
rin.
Okay na okay. Now, ano yung pinaka-fulfilling sa'yo na nagawa mo na nakatulong sa iba?
Yung sa akin is yung nakita ko na yung sa mga youth na tinrain namin sa Negros, kasi at that time may mga, we would call it yuppies, na may 2-day workshops or summer workshops for peace, for environment. Ang dami ng mga youth na nandun noon, and then not just in Negros na, but in the other areas na hanggang ngayon involved. So nakita ko
hindi na sila
yung,
youth, pero
Oo,
na-develop
involved
sa
pa
kanila
rin.
yun pagka-volunteer, pagka-serve.
So for me, that's what makes me most proud and most happy. Nakikita ko na nare-replicate rin sa ibang parang we're able to influence others to
Parang
do the same.
ikaw ang trainer, tapos sila naman. Train the trainers. Because
yes.
eventually, titrain din nila yung next generation
Yes,
para
next
maging...
generation.
Ang ganda sana, no? Ang ganda sana kung tutulungan na lang tayo. Huwag nang away-away para kapayapaan lagi, no? If only we learn to help others. Last words, Mardy. What advice would you give our high school students?
Like what I said a while ago, no, to whom much is given, much is expected. So lahat tayo blessed ng Lord, no. We have so much to share in our own small way. Kahit konti lang, no, kahit 30 minutes a day, kunyari yung sa mga paggawa lang ng videos o kung anong i-post nyo, or talking to other people in your school na kunyari may nakita kang isang batchmate na walang kaibigan, no? Malay mo, may
importante
mental
yun.
health challenges siya.
Malaking
Or,
tulong yun.
Sometimes it's as simple as going through our cabinets and looking, ano ba dito ang hindi ko na kailangan? Hindi ko na sinusuot, pwede ko i-share sa ibang tao. But really, I think it's really trying to live what we preach, walk the talk, diba? Live our lives as simple as possible. I love this saying, which live simply so that others may simply live. So if we don't need to, spend so much, go out all the time, maybe we can share some of those savings that we have with others.
Pati sa end, ang kanyang teaching ay to share what we have with others. Alam nyo, ang pagiging matulungin, hindi madali. Hindi madali ho ang pagiging matulungin. But nakikita natin na ang buong buhay ni Mardy is about helping others. Siya lang ho ang konti lang sa batch namin after graduation ang pumasok sa life of service sa mga NGO at saka sa socio-civic society. But her life shows us that happy naman siya, fulfilled naman siya, at nahanap niya ang kanyang kasiyahan kasi nakikita niya yung mga tinutulungan niya umuunlad, bumubuti ang kanilang mga buhay. Lahat ho tayo pwedeng tumulong sa kahit na big or small, tumulong lang tayo. Kasi kahit maliit lang, yung pinakamaliit, malaking halaga na yun sa iyong tinutulungan. Sabi nga ni Mardy, kausapin mo lang yung katabi mo na walang kaibigan, hindi mo alam. Baka may mental health issues yon. Ang laking tulong na yon. Simple lang naman, di ba? Tapos later, mag-volunteer tayo. Sa mga pamayanan ninyo, marami naman pwedeng pasukan na volunteer organizations, no? At mapaplug na rin ako kung gusto nyo mag-volunteer sa PPCRV or sa Habitat for Humanity. But in the end, lahat ho nito, ang pagtutulong, ang ugat dulo at ang pinagmumulan ho ay ang ating pananampalataya, ang pagiging makadiyos. Faith ho is very strong in the story of Mardy. Kailangan ho yun kasi yun ang nag-uudyok sa atin para matutong maging tao na may inklinasyon para mag-aksyon para sa iba. Tulong-tulong na lang tayo, ha? Huwag nang away-away. Mas maganda, di ba? Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much to Mardy Mapa. Any last words, Mardy?
That's it.
Thank you so much to Mardy Mapa and her very inspiring life sa pagiging matulungin.
Sa pagpili ng liderato, laging tatandaan, dapat nasa kanya lahat ng katangian na maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas, na maka-Pilipinas. Iboto ang maka-Pilipinas, na maka-Pilipinas. Yeah, malinaw ang pananaw sa makabagong bukas, makatwiran at patas pakisama, at higit sa lahat maka-Diyos siya dapat. Sa pagpili ng liderato, laging tatandaan, dapat nasa kanya lahat ng katangian na maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas. Iboto ang maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas.